You know, I've got a personal code. If someone disrespects me three times, then I'm gonna fix that problem.
This is Jesse Huy, quite possibly the most entitled killer of all time. Convinced he was solving a problem, he proudly eliminated his in-laws, Ronald L. Koehler and Linda J. Koehler, along with his wife, Tonya F. Huy. The motive behind these senseless murders was so trivial that even seasoned investigators struggled to understand why his entire family had to die.
And you know, when I told them they needed to leave, they didn't make a move to get up. They looked at her and decided they were staying.
I gotta ask, I mean, did you feel like you were in any type of danger physically from this?
No, they did not take me serious.
Jesse owns his actions, but the question remains, was this a heat-of-the-moment decision or something carefully planned? As the truth surfaced, it stripped the crime of any twisted logic that made the violence feel even more pointless.
I mean, I realize I just killed 3 people, but I also called you guys to turn myself in without fighting.
Jesse Huy's wife, Tonya F. Huy, had back surgery, so her parents, Ronald L. Koehler and Linda J. Koehler, stayed at their Strafford, Missouri home for nearly a week to help her heal. Their constant presence filled Jesse with quiet rage. Feeling enraged, he took his 9mm handgun from his truck, came back, and killed his wife and her family with repeated shots at the kitchen table, then placed a cold 911 call.
4486 North Farmer 249. The caller is saying that he's killed his family. He says that he's left the gun unloaded and the clip will be on the tailgate of a vehicle. The subject that we spoke to says he shot them and saying that he's positive they're dead. And he is not checking on them otherwise. Medical is staging in the area. They're saying he's currently in the roadway.
After this, Jesse was taken in for interrogation. His explanation for the brutal crime only raised more questions for investigators. One question in particular troubled the detectives. If Jesse claimed he killed his in-laws to solve a problem, then why did he also murder his wife?
You know, I went down there and I walked in and they're all sitting there in the kitchen.
And this is downstairs.
Downstairs. I walked in and I said, Ron and Linda, you need to leave. And my wife said, they're not going anywhere. I'm half owner of this place. They stay here as long as they want to.
Mm-hmm.
So I went outside, I got my gun, I walked back in, I shot them all in the head. Then I shot them all in the head again to make sure they were down.
Okay. Where'd you get the gun from?
I had it in my truck.
Okay. Yeah. Do you usually keep a gun in your truck?
Yes, I do.
What kind of gun was that?
9mm.
Do you remember the brand, make, model, any of that?
It's Jimenez.
Jimenez. And you said that's a Jimenez 9mm?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a black or chrome?
Silver.
About silver in color. Okay. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I might have heard that prior to law enforcement arriving, you unloaded it and put it on the tailgate of a truck?
I did.
Okay, so it sounds like you confronted Linda and Todd and told them to leave.
From the time that I lost it, it was under a minute. Everything was over.
Okay. So where was Ron at when you shot him?
Sitting in my chair at the table.
Sitting in your chair at the table.
And you know, when I told them they needed to leave, you know, they didn't make a move to get up. They looked at her and decided they were staying.
They just ignored you.
And that's when I decided, all right then, because, you know, I warned her earlier in the week and I told her I was very unhappy about this. And I said, you know, you're going to make me go off. Mm-hmm. And if you do, this is on you.
Yeah.
And this is what she got for it. She made me go off, and now there's 3 dead people. It was over and under a minute. Mm-hmm. You know, I didn't start off with a handgun. Mm-hmm. That's where it ended up.
Yeah. How long was it till you called 911? In between the time that you shot them and called 911, what was the time frame there?
Couldn't have been more than a few minutes.
Just a few minutes.
I come outside and I seen my dad coming down there and I told him, do not go down there, get your back up in the house.
Did you tell him what had happened?
Yeah.
Okay. So what was it that you told him?
I told him I just shot him.
How did he react to that?
He was heartbroken, of course.
Yeah. Who was the first one of the three that you shot?
Ron.
You shot Ron. He was in your chair. Did he see you coming, or?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He started to turn. First, he looked at her, and he started to turn his head to me, and by then, I got him. And Linda was all surprised that I just shot Ron, and I shot her in the head.
Did either one?
And then I turned and I shot her in the head.
Yeah.
I warned him. I told him. I guess she decided to call my bluff. So here we are.
Did any of them get anything out verbally?
No, nothing more than a little bit of a squeal. Like I said, it was all over real quick.
So they didn't have time to even say anything?
I shot them all three in the head, and then I shot him in the head again because I thought I seen him twitch, and I heard her gurgle. I heard Linda gurgle a little bit, so I went and put another one into her, and then I come back around to where Tonya was sitting, and I shot her again in the head to make sure she was done.
Jesse laid everything out in a flat, emotionless confession, stripping the crime of any mystery. His cold demeanor seeped through every word and gesture during the interrogation room. But Detective Danny Rowley needed more explanation for his vile act. He was now ready to tear into him until the full, warped truth bled out.
And so when you told Tonya that the consequences would be on her, did you, elaborate and tell her what those consequences
No,
would be?
I didn't.
Did she ask or anything like that?
No.
So it was kind of open-ended?
Yep.
Did you know what you were meaning at the time?
No, I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew it wasn't going to be good. Mm-hmm. And here's the deal. I'm a veteran. And generally speaking, most people that know me know when I say that I will do something, I will absolutely do it. Don't try me out because I'll do it every damn time. Take me serious when I tell you something, and they did not take me serious. So this is the consequence of that. Now I've killed them and ruined the lives of, their family, and I've ruined my life. I don't need a lawyer. I know what I did, and I know what I did was wrong, but the truth of the matter is I couldn't stop myself from doing it. It happened so fast, I couldn't stop myself from doing it.
Mm-hmm. Have you had episodes or any sort
of...
Yeah,
I've been PTSD ever since I come out of the war. I've been dangerous for a long time, and I've been able to maintain and not get into trouble.
Sure.
I mean, you check my record. I ain't got nothing on me. I haven't done...
Sure.
But there's been 100 times over the years that I've gotten really close to being in serious trouble and was able to resist the temptation of letting go. Mm-hmm. This afternoon, I was pushed to the point I could not resist letting go.
Sure. So again, not to drag you through it a bunch, but just it's very important to me that I have everything crystal clear exactly like how it happened. So I just want to make sure that I'm getting your story exactly how you're telling it to me. When you walked back in the house, Ron was in your chair. He was the first person you shot. Mm-hmm. Who was the second person?
Linda.
And where was Linda at when you shot her?
Well, when I come in through the door, Linda stood up.
Okay.
Was
Linda at the table as well?
She was at the table as well. They were all three at the table.
All three were at the table?
Yes.
Okay. So you shot Ron, then Linda stood up.
Linda stood up and squealed, and I shot her.
Okay.
And by that time, Tonya had stood up and squealed, and I shot her. And then I went back through and I shot them all again to make sure they were done.
Okay. And how much longer did you stay in the house after you used the gun versus when you walked outside?
I didn't. I walked out.
You just walked straight out?
Yeah.
And then you said that Harold, or your dad, came outside and you told him.
He was starting to walk down there, and I turned him around and said, "Don't go down there.
Yeah.
Go back up to the house."
Yeah. Yeah. And it sounds like you told him, again, that you had killed the three people.
I did.
And did you have to keep convincing him to go upstairs, or did he listen to you and just
He pretty much listened.
Okay. All right. And then I'm assuming at some point deputies came and put handcuffs on you.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, your guy Beatles, y'all better watch that one. He's got a mean streak to him.
Okay.
Just to let you know that.
Okay.
I mean, I realize I just killed 3 people, but I also called you guys and turned myself in without fighting.
Okay.
So there was no need for that he pulled.
Okay, we'll look into that. And then I'll tell you, Jesse, it's to me personally, it's my intent to treat you fairly. And if at any point you feel like I haven't, stop me and we'll address it.
Right. Well, I'm telling you that he didn't treat me fairly, but I understand that's the way he is.
Okay.
That's why I'm telling y'all, you better watch that guy.
Okay.
You're gonna have problems with him.
In Jesse Huy's twisted mind, he had done nothing wrong. He believed himself justified, so entitled that he lectured law enforcement during the interrogation. His past showed no arrests, only a quiet record of volatility, marital fractures, simmering resentment, and a rigid claim of ownership over his Strafford home. It all pointed to deeper control issues waiting to surface. And soon, Jesse would disclose a darkly strange rule of his own that he claimed left him no choice but to eliminate anyone who broke it.
I gotta ask, I mean, did you feel like you were in any type of danger physically from this?
No.
No. Okay. All right, and I do appreciate you being candid with me and honest. Jesse, I'm going to step out of the room just for a moment. I'm going to go talk to one of my supervisors, and then I'll come back in and we'll finish up here and we'll walk through, what's going to happen here, okay? Do you have any questions for me right now?
I don't.
Okay. But I can tell, though, that, again, we know a mistake's been made, but I know that if you could take this back, you would, right?
I would like to. I wish I could take it back, but on the other hand, I really wish I hadn't been put in that position.
Sure.
I've been waiting a week. I've got a personal code. If someone disrespects me three times, then I'm gonna fix that problem.
Sure.
And I've went way over the 3 times this week in an effort to try to make this work.
Mm-hmm.
And this afternoon when I walked in, I wasn't loud screaming at him, wasn't trying to fight with him. I was very calm. I just said, Ron, Linda, you guys need to go.
Mm-hmm. And then when you said that, it sounds like Tonya then said, this is out my house, and
they're not going anywhere.
Now, when she said that, did Ron and Linda jump in at all and say anything? Or
they just looked at her to take their cue from her.
Okay.
And I looked at them, and they made no attempt, no movement to get up and leave.
Mm-hmm.
And I lost it.
Sure.
And I walked outside, and I walked back in with a 9mm, and I put them all on the ground.
Okay. So it sounded like you told me that you guys had been there in Strafford for give or take 2 or 3 years. And you guys have been married for, you said, 5 or 6 years. Had you been married before?
We married in 15. I've been married 3 other times.
3 other times, okay. Mm-hmm. And do you have any kids?
Yes, I do.
How many kids do you have?
I got 2 kids.
2 kids. Are they here in Missouri or somewhere else?
One of them is, and one of them's out east.
Okay. Would you like us to get in contact with them? Or?
No.
Okay. All right.
So this is how Jesse fixes problems. In his mind, shaped by a military background, there is a code. There is no room for negotiation in it. Once a line is crossed, he believes the punishment must be final. To his credit, he is brutally honest. He doesn't hide behind excuses or half-truths. However, despite speaking so much, some truths about the crimes still appear buried, and to drag them out, Detective Rowley is about to unleash a relentless barrage of questions.
One thing I didn't get was, I did hear that you went out with your friend, then you came home, and that's when everything happened. Tell me how this morning went, leading up to you going out with...
It was a good morning. I was outside with the dog most of the morning, staying away from them.
Mm-hmm. Because I know that Linda probably would have already been there because it sounds like she was
she was there. Yeah,
Did you see Ron this morning too?
No.
So you didn't. So the first time you saw Ron was when you saw him in your chair.
I don't think he was there this morning before I left.
Okay.
No, I don't think he was.
Okay. So about what time did you guys get up today?
Probably 6.
About 6. Okay. Is that about when you usually guys start your day? Okay, so you got up around 6.
5:30, 6 usually.
Spent some time with the dog, it sounds like. And
Yep.
then
We ate I made breakfast. Like I said, spent most of the morning outside trying to stay away from them. And then, I don't know, probably about 12:30, I went to town and went to the tobacco store, bought some tobacco. I went and had lunch. And then I went over to my friend's house and looked at his house and his doors and stuff. And then I came home.
Okay. All right. And you did tell me earlier to kind of help with some pain management. You said you use alcohol and marijuana. Have you used any alcohol or marijuana today?
Yes.
Okay. How much have you used today?
Not enough.
Not enough. Okay. And, you know, I would like to ask again how much alcohol did you drink, if you had any?
I did have some.
Was it beer or liquor?
It was that moonshine.
The moonshine. Okay.
I make moonshine.
Okay. All right.
I did make moonshine. I'm sure I will not be making any more moonshine.
I'm typically, from what I understand, people keep moonshine in mason jars. Would you have had more than one jar, less than a jar?
I probably didn't have a cup of moonshine today.
Okay. How much marijuana did you take today? Or smoked today?
Smoked a bowl.
Smoked a bowl. Okay. On a typical day, is that about what you usually do? Yeah. Okay. All right, and that's to include. I smoke pot every day, but I don't drink moonshine every day. Okay. Would the moonshine have been prior to you leaving your house?
No.
Okay. So when did you do the?
When I came back, I made myself a drink, and it was a big mug, big like a Stein.
Yeah.
And it was ice and mostly tea. And a little bit of moonshine in there. So, nowhere close to drunk.
Okay. All right. Well, Jesse, we'll just go over everything one last time real quick, and then we'll go ahead and end it. You woke up around 5:36 today, spent some time with the dog, had breakfast. Seemed like it was a good morning. And then you go off, you leave the house to do some chores.
I needed to get out of there, and, I was trying to de-escalate this thing.
Yeah.
And get away from it for a little while. And like I said, when I come back and I noticed their cars were gone, I come in the house, I'm looking around the house. Like I said, to me, it looked to me like Linda had collected her stuff up.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, great. Maybe this is over with.
Sure.
And while I was up at my dad's talking to Dad, I noticed them pull in. And I was like, damn it, I just can't get a break, And I was really hoping that they had all driven back. I was really hoping that Linda was going to get in the car with Ron and they were going to leave, because like I said, it appeared to me that Linda's stuff had been picked up. I mean, she had a bag of stuff in the bathroom with her toothbrush and whatnot. And, she had her stuff kind of all over the house by then. And like I said, when I come in, I looked around. It looked to me like she had picked up. I thought, well, praise the Lord, she's left.
Yeah.
This is over with. And sure enough.
Okay. And so you went inside and you said to Tonya that Linda and Ron need to...
I didn't say that to Tonya. I said that to Linda and Ron.
Okay.
With Tonya sitting there.
But then Tonya addressed you, answered for them.
Yes.
Okay.
She said,
Gotcha.
They're not going anywhere.
Gotcha.
I own half of this place, and they're not going anywhere.
Okay.
And I lost it.
You went out to your Ford, got your...
From the moment that happened... For me to walk out, grab my gun, and walk back in and put them all on the ground was all under a minute.
Okay. And they were all sitting at the kitchen table. You shot Ron first.
Ron was sitting there when I shot him. By then, Linda had stood up, and I shot her. And by then, Tonya had stood up, and I shot her.
Unfortunately, detectives found no hidden motive beneath the bloodshed. Only Jesse's small, festering rage. He murdered his in-laws, Ronald L. Koehler and Linda J. Koehler, and his wife, Tonya F. Huy, simply because they stayed longer than expected to help her recover from back surgery. It snapped when Ronald sat in his chair. Then Tonya refused to throw her parents out, reminding him she owned half the house. That was when Jesse's warped 3 strikes code of disrespect finally reached its limit. Even then, Jesse remained chillingly self-aware, warning detectives not to house him with other inmates, declaring himself now a danger. With nothing left to uncover, there was only one thing left to do: deliver justice.
So what we're going to do now is I'm going to walk you over to the jail, and I'm going to come back over and work on what's called a probable cause statement. And I'm going to send that probable cause statement to the Greene County Prosecutor's Office. And once I get that to them, they'll review it, and they'll decide if I have probable cause to believe that you committed murder today or not. And depending on how they review that, there might be a warrant issued for your arrest, which point would be a bail or a bond. Obviously, you'd already be in the jail, but that's going to be kind of the next part of this.
I really don't expect to be bonded or bailed out.
Sure.
I know I ain't going anywhere or doing anything ever again.
Jesse Huy pleaded guilty to 3 first-degree murders after jury selection on October 31st, 2022. On January 13th, 2023, Judge Thomas Mountjoy sentenced the 52-year-old to 3 consecutive life terms without parole, plus 3 9-year terms for armed criminal action.